In this warm-up, we're going to again be finding an average, and of course there will be a list of integers instead of whole numbers. So we're referencing Fairbanks, Alaska, which is not necessarily relevant to our answer or how we find it, but the 5-day forecast looks very cold if you ask me. I don't want to go there. But anyway, also irrelevant. And we're being asked to find if the forecast is accurate, the average of the daily temperatures. So, just like earlier, or the last time I guess I should say, that we had to find an average, the first thing that I suggest you do is put them in order from least to greatest. Now we know that when we've got a range starting with negative 29, that the lower the number is on the temperature gauge, it'll be a larger negative number. So the very first number, the smallest number here listed, is negative 29. I'm going to go ahead and put that because we know we're going to be adding them, plus the next one in order would be negative 22. Remember, we put those in parentheses to separate the negative sign from the addition sign. The next thing would be negative 16. After that, we'll be adding negative 14. And then finally, negative 4. Now again, if we remember correctly from last time, we don't have to necessarily add all of these in order. I'd suggested that you add all the negatives and then all the positives. In this case, all we have is negatives. So I am going to start here with these two, and negative 29 plus negative 22. The signs are the same, find the sum. So we always have to adhere to those rules. So negative 29 plus negative 22, absolute values, I've got 29 plus 22. So I can very easily do that in my head. 29, if I take 22 and break it down, I've got 29 plus 20, which is 49, plus 2 more is 51. And of course, both of those were negative, so it remains negative. Plus, again, don't forget, we're adding here. We can do this in any order. Cannot do this if there's any subtraction, any other, if we had multiplication or division or any other type of problem to do other than addition. The fact that there's only addition makes us able to do this. So I like the 16 and the 14 being next to each other. I mean, again, we put them in that order because it went from least to greatest. But 16 and 14, those are nice, neat numbers to add together. I know that 6 and 4 equals 10. And then I've got another 10 from the 16, which is 20, and one more 10 from the 14. So that's negative 30. Oh, I didn't even talk about how I'm finding the sum. But again, we're adding here, so we're always going to be finding the sum of these absolute values from these integers. So I've got 16 plus 14 here, which gave us the negative 30. And then I'm going to bring down this plus negative 4. I'm going to go on to the next page here to make it easier to see what's going on. Negative 51 plus negative 30 plus, that is a plus, negative 4. So I can, carry on going in order from left to right, because 50 plus 31, that's easy. 50 plus 30 is 80. Again, let's not forget, we're finding the sum, 51 plus 30. So 50 plus 30 is 80, plus one more is 81, but they are both negative, so it's negative 81, plus negative 4. Signs are still the same, still finding the sum. So I've got negative 81 plus negative 4. 81 plus 4, of course, is 85, and the answer is negative. Now remember, this is a total so far, and our job is to find the average. I find an average, or the mean, I'll put that underneath so you don't forget that they mean the same thing, is equal to the total divided by the number of integers in this case. So negative 85. Remember, there was 5 temperatures to start, so I'm going to be dividing that by 5. So I very easily here can say how many times does 5 go into the 8. I'm dividing a negative and a positive. I put the negative to the side for a moment and simply divide as usual. So again, how many times does that 5 go into 8? Well, we know it goes into it 1 time with 3 left over. 5 goes into 35 7 times. And I only have 1 negative. That's an odd number, so it's negative 17 degrees Fahrenheit for an average temp. And there you go.